Senior Suave, I know you're looking at the Nautilus and also the Lexus NX, but I want you to give the 2022 QX55 a chance. I'm sure you are going to love it and just put us in the running for it.
Who are you?
Oh, and I'm Tiffani at Infiniti of Gwinnett. This is the VC turbo engine. So VC stands for variable compression engine. So this actually has it is a 4-cylinder engine, but it has the power of a V6.
Okay.
All right, so that basically means that you still get 268 horsepower with 280 pounds of torque. 280 pounds of torque, but you have the fuel efficiency of 22 miles to the gallon in the city, 28 in the highway, so you average about 25, 26 to this car. So, as I said, you have that power, but you still have the fuel efficiency there. So, this does, let's go ahead and close this here. So we'll go over to the front and start at the headlights here. So in the Sensory, you get these cube design LED headlights and the beautiful LED daytime running lights right here that just kind of coincide here. And it does have adaptive lighting systems. Basically what this means, if you ever go up to the mountains, if the car senses that you are taking a turn, the headlights actually swivel with you into the turn to give you more visibility.
Is that just on the Sensory?
Yes, that's just on the Sensory model. So if we go down here, it's actually with the Pro Assist or the Proactive package. Down here we have this beautiful gloss black with this mesh that it is functioning here with the fog lights embedded into it.
What function does it have?
It actually makes it more aerodynamic and cools down the engines using the vents here.
So the air flows through there?
Yes.
Okay.
So then we move all the way down here. So you have this beautiful gloss black with the sensors here, and you also have 2 sensors on either side in the fog lights, and this nice sports lip look. This really does...
Is it functional below there too?
Yes, this is a functional mesh that does connect into the engine bay. So you do get the maximum aerodynamics for this car. You have this beautiful sports lip here that sets it aside from other SUVs. One of my favorite parts is this small little bolstering here. You won't notice it unless you see it, and you'll never stop seeing it. It has a bolster that comes here, and it actually flows through all the way to the top too. You have just a very, very faint hint of a line that goes all the way. So
this is a camera here?
This is your front-facing camera, and this whole logo here is a sonar. Now, if you look at this mesh here, this is supposed to mimic water. You have the double arch, the arch that you find in Japan in some of their pagodas, and this is supposed to be the arch reflected on this water. Now, this is a little different. We upgraded it, and it, in my opinion, is beautiful. It is based off of origami with the finger folds to hold, and if you notice, it does actually expand as it comes out from the logo and gives you that ripple water effect. Oh God. So as we come here, really, really like what we did here. So you do have the gloss black on the side mirrors, and it matches out with the roof rails here. And it's not too much. You do have your turn signals right here. Now with this car, you do have the 20-inch dark metallic rims with this. Now these are run flat tires, so they do have reinforced walling in case you do have a puncture. You can go 50 miles on a punctured tire. And you do have roadside assistance for 24/7 roadside assistance for 4 years, unlimited. That's with a manufacturer warranty. Now this color here is slate gray, and I really like how they actually extended it out to the bottom to give it more of a uninterrupted look to it. Now, we'll do the front later, but I want to show you the second row. So a couple things are a little bit different. So you have, again, the semi-aniline soft touch leather. This is what comes with the Sensory. If you go down to the Essential, it's leather appointed, and then in the Luxe, it's actually leatherette. You have this beautiful contrast white stitching and open maple pour. Now this is real wood, all right? Sometimes I feel like you can get a splinter on it. And you have the beautiful Bose badge sound system cover here.
It's real wood.
Yeah, it is real open pour wood.
Okay.
Now you do have the perforated semi-aniline leather with the white contrast stitching here. It's very soft to the touch, and we are the only SUV vehicle with our second row that can slide forward and back. Let me go ahead and show you that here. So we get in here, you can slide forward. Now I'm 5'5", so this kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like, and you can slide back. So you can very comfortably fit someone 6'1", 6'2" in this, because even if they feel a little bit higher to the little closer to the ceiling, this does recline back and give you a very nice lounge feel to it. This does come with the illuminated kick plate right here, and this is the Infiniti logo, and it does have welcoming lights when you come up to the car, so underneath it does glow as well. Now, one of my favorite things is that the color goes all the way through, and you have just accents of chrome, and it comes all the way and glides to the back. Now, this D pillar right here is straight from the FX35. So the FX35 is what this is. The FX35 was the first, and I mean the first vehicle to be a coupe SUV, and it actually just did a domino effect. So now Mercedes has a coupe SUV, Audi, Genesis, Mercedes, all of them have coupe SUVs now, but we were the first, and this D pillar definitely shows you that this is an evolution of the FX35. Now if we come over here, you have this beautiful tail light here. So this is actually piano key tail lights. There's 42 LEDs through and through, and it gives a 3D effect to it, so you definitely have a strong look from the back and from any angles. And then you have the beautiful badgings of the all-wheel drive in the QX55. One of the things I really like is this logo here. So a lot of people really wanted to see a logo embedded into the car, and Infiniti is the first and only one that has the Infiniti logos inside and embedded into the paint of the car. Now, if you look at the body style, you have this nice little gloss black tail here, and it just comes down here. Now, we did do some stuff. We took away a door hatch, so you can't open the trunk from a hatch, and we moved the license plate down here so it's just uninterrupted. Now, with the sensor, you have two options of how to open the car trunk. You either have this little button right here, embedded into the logo, or you do have a motion activated lift gate. So if you're like me, I have a purse, I'm not gonna dig through my purse for my keys. All you gotta do is kick in, kick out, and it opens just like that. Now, we also beat out cargo space on all coupe SUVs. The only SUV that is of its class that we don't beat out is the NXF Sport, but it's not a slopeback, so it is more of a boxy SUV. It's a regular SUV, so you're not going to have that coupe-like. The second row does go down. If you pull this all the way down, let me go ahead and move that forward. So this does lie all the way flat. Now when you have the second row up, give you a visual, you can put 2 large check-in bags, 2 rolling carry-on bags, and 3 carry-on duffel bags into this car comfortably. It does close. You can also, if you have a dog, you can also put a full cage in the back for a large breed. Beautiful on this, and you're probably wondering, where else can I store things? Well, you also have this below floorboard space here. I call it my bread, butter, and eggs, and wine, because that's what I put in here. Now, if we open this up here, in the sensories, they're going to have 2 systems here. You have a Bose sound systems and the acoustic wave system here. So this just enhances it with the 16-speaker Bose sound system that's in the cabin of the car. And, as I said, you can actually close this from this motion activated liftgate using an actual button too, and you do have an adjustable tail height. So as I said, I have a townhome. My garage isn't that big. I can actually set the tailgate height to what I want it to be just by holding that button here. And now if I close it, and then if I reopen it again, it will only open to that height. This also helps with anybody who is below 5 foot and can't reach it just yet. So we're just going to go here. You have this nice matte black finish, which is really nice contrast to the gloss black on the other side of the car. And it does have our sonar systems that work with our driving assistance packages here. So, okay, go ahead and close that. As you can see here on the floor, that's your welcoming lights here, and we are finally at the front. So with the sensory package, you get a couple of things that is really nice and convenient. You have memory seats. I am 5'5", my fiance is 6 foot. Memory seats are one of the things that we need because it's easy, because it not only memorizes where the seat is, you also have the tilt and telescopic memory, and also your side mirrors are memory seats as well, or memory statuses as well. So it does change all of that according to the memory seats. Still have that open pore maple finish here with the aluminum alloy here. And honestly, I really like how the door is because you have a lot of space here and here as well for any candy bars or anything like that. Now with the bolstering here, you do have the semi-aniline, and then you also have a very nice accent of felt here, this nice black felt that contrasts out with the white stitching. You have an 8-way lumbar support and power seats for both sides. If we go to the front here, so as I said, you do have a tilt and telescopic steering wheel, and it's just a little joystick on the bottom here, and it comes up and down just like that. You have with the sensory a heads-up display. It will pull up. If you notice this little part right here, it reflects an image up on the dash, so you actually can see your traffic sign recognition, so speed signs. You can see your speed limit, and also works in tandem with your navigation. With this car, it comes with our proactive package, so that's going to be with our blind spot warning and lane departure warning that we have. You also have the preventions. Now, a lot of other brands, such as Audi and Mercedes, will physically turn your car to keep you inside a lane. In my opinion, it's a little too aggressive. What we do is more gentle. If we notice, the car notices you're leaving the lane, it independently brakes each wheel to pull you back in and also slow you down. It will also give you a visual and audible alert and vibrate the steering wheel for you. So it kind of wakes you up on those long drives to Texas. You also have high beam assist in this car. I like to go up to the mountains. I love traveling. And high beam assist, back in the day, you had to hold down the high beam. If someone was coming on to you, you let go. This automatically picks up any light that you have. It also has rain sensing wipers on it. So the full thing can set your rain sensing wipers using the stock to auto. And it will actually sense when water hits your windshield and will turn on automatically. So you don't even have to touch it. Now you do also have intelligent cruise control with this car. Now there's this button right here, and this is, I call it the all master on. It turns everything that I just said on. And you can set your cruise control just how you normally set cruise control. You can set this up to 90 miles an hour. But if the car in front of you is only going 40, this car will match that car. It can even come to complete stops. All other brands can only go up to 70 miles an hour. Ours goes all the way up to 90. And it's really nice on long drives and also in the middle of traffic when you just like stop and go. You just don't even have to do anything. Now, if we go and turn our views to the center, you have dual screens, 8 inches on the top, 7 inches on the bottom. Now, the top screen is mainly for our navigation and also smartphone integration. We do have wireless Apple CarPlay and wired in Android Auto. Now, as I said, I'm 5'5". On a good day, if I stretch, I can't reach that screen while I'm driving. So we do have a direct driving control knob right here that does control. You can rotate, toggle up, down, left, right, and press the center for OK. So that can control all of that. At the bottom portion, I kind of feel like it's more like a central command. You don't notice it, but it is actually slightly geared towards the driver. If you notice how the leather trimming comes around, this will be your climate control, your comfort control, and also any customizable features are found in that screen there. Now, if you move yourself down to the stalks over here, right above your drive control knob, you actually have 3 buttons. But the top button is one of my favorites. That actually activates your 360 around view camera whenever you're pulling into a parking space. Is really nice because especially in those tight parking spaces, it really does help if you pull forward. Now, you have a different gear shift. Ours, you pull back for drive, push up for reverse, and you do have a manual drive mode, so if you pull it back twice, you have manual drive that works in tandem, either gear shifting with that or the paddle shifters on either side. Then we have the parking. That's basically our park. You just press that button, it puts it into park. And then you have driving modes. Now this car comes with Sport, Eco, Standard, and Personal. Basically what personal is that you can personalize how you want it to drive using that bottom screen. You can change, like for me, I like my engine in Eco mode, but I love my steering wheel in Sport mode because I like that tough sport. And if I put it into personal, it'll do just that. Sport mode, you're going to get a louder sound. Louder engine sound is going to tighten up the wheel and tighten up your suspensions, and it does activate our active sound enhancement, where that it will put out the engine noise through your speakers because there is a sound dampener between you and the engine. You have that firewall and also the fire retardant wall on top of your hood that you can't really hear the engine for. But it's great because when you go into standard mode, you have a very quiet drive. And that standard mode is going to be what you get, that 25 miles to the gallon average. That's what that standard mode is. Then eco mode, how that works, it lowers your revs, your RPMs, and it physically keeps you from using too much gas by putting kind of a wall when you press on the throttle. And you can go past that wall and it will switch into standard mode if you need to merge into traffic. And when your RPMs go below 2, it'll drop back into eco mode automatically. You don't even have to fiddle with that driving mode stick. But that is the QX55. So let's go on a test drive.